Hours, I tell you.
Did you hold through FOMC or close before?
No, I got out at 1 o'clock.
Okay.
When it blessed me with the exit.
Yeah, jeez. Are you allowed to hold through those type of news events on those accounts or not?
Not on the funded ones.
Okay. Yeah.
T1 News you can't hold through for those accounts.
Yeah, makes sense.
What do you think when we get into open here?
Well, didn't you say about the reversal yesterday? So I'm interested.
Yeah, I mean it's not really playing out right now, but there's our open right there. Holy death. Death. All right, so our gap into open, I believe, was 0.92. This will update as well. So based on the recent stats, we have, oh my gosh. Based on the recent stats, we just had a 100-point drop already. Thank the Lord that the volume's back. The rollover week's all done, by the way, everyone. So we don't have anything else to worry about. Nothing else to worry about. You see gold this morning?
I did. Also, yesterday was selling off pretty hard too. Gold's down 6%. Oh my word, yeah.
360 points overnight. That's 3,600 on one micro.
Oh wow, one micro.
$3,600 on one micro.
Jeez.
You hang around X, not trying to bring up drama again, but it's just getting funnier and funnier online. I don't involve myself in it, but it is a pretty funny thing to go and read.
There's some new drama. I actually don't. I try not to get too caught up in that stuff, bro.
It looks like it's all TikTok traders right now.
TikTok, yeah.
All right, we are back on the funded accounts. You guys are gonna be mad at me, but I moved my trade a bit off screen. Took a little short on the retest back up. I know I said it was risky. I just caught that entire thing on 2 micros. All right, I'll have a nice IB today. I get my live accounts next week, James.
Okay, geez, it's taken quite some time, bro. Must say.
Yeah, it's been 5 business days so far. They moved me live on Friday. I made the post on Saturday, but they moved me live Friday night.
Sure.
All right.
YM's bouncing a little bit.
Yeah, hopefully this gets bought back up a little bit. I would love to see the low get put in first and then also sweep previous day's low. I made micro. I didn't trade FOMC yesterday. Scratch that. I traded the IB, but I want you to see this too, James. Look at the sheer beauty of that.
Yeah.
We never once got above 50% yesterday on the IB. Even if you wanted to take it for FOMC, you could. That was your short entry with the IB by retracement, and then more death.
Yeah, it sold off pretty aggressively after what was it, 230?
Yeah, Powell, I'll say it again. He essentially came out and said, Trump's bringing too much volatility to the market. We can't make accurate decisions.
Yeah.
That's my voice all cracky again today. Snowing outside, that's why. It's all dry. But yeah, he essentially just said blame the entire meeting on Trump. and said that we probably won't have a rate cut for CME should update this as well. CME Group or FedWatch. He said we shouldn't have another rate cut for the next 6 to 9 months. So our odds for this, you can see we are current 350, 375. This is for April's meeting. June, 90% nothing, 90% nothing, 90% nothing all the way to September, October, December even. Wow. So we're looking at June of next year before it even starts getting close to that 50-50. Yeah. July. So it doesn't drop below 50% until we get to September of next year. That's how bad that meeting was yesterday. Well, no reversal on that Fed flip.
Not right now.
CPI trade says Mr. Zinc. Well, prior to that, he asked if I'm legit. I would say so. I don't think that I'm faking anything on stream. I'm using my Claude bot to artificially show you guys my profit on the screen every morning. Good morning, funny guy. How you doing?
Yeah.
I can't. This is lower, or this is more downside than we had in February on gold. That gold drop.
Yeah, I mean 6% in a day is pretty wild, bro. Jeez.
Yeah, and that's with 3.2% yesterday as well.
Yeah, it broke out of that level. It was just trading within Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. Just yeah.
Look at the daily chart on this. How funny that looks. Just a teleportation candle. This looks disgusting. This is why I use a 24-hour chart, by the way, everyone.
Yeah, on gold, yeah.
Makes it look much better. If you guys are trading the IB, there has been a little issue recently with the IB. You can trade it on GLD because that's technically New York Open. So the stats are a little bit skewed for that. But if you're trading on GC, just know that it is the IB for GC is 915 or 920 to 1020. Might even be 910 to 1010. But the pit open is what you're trading the IB off for gold.
Does it open earlier?
Yeah, it opens. I think it opened. Let me look. It is the pit open for gold. I think it's 9:15, 9:10. My gold cut. I just want gold. Trading. Thank you, Bobby. 9:20. There you go.
Interesting.
Oh, sorry. 8:20. 8:20.
I've very rarely traded gold, bro. I don't. I've probably taken less than 50 trades on it in my life.
I only traded it. I traded it when I was on that Apex run, so the beginning of the year.
Sure. And yeah, well, it was rallying, right? So you're just waking.
I would
buying every day.
Almost for a week straight, every single night, I would go long 2 micro golds with like a
at Asia.
Yeah. For like a 5-point stop, and that thing would run.
That's wild,
200
dude.
points.
Apparently, even some of the brokers that I trade with, they were saying like some guys took like like $500 to like 60,000 just from holding it. Yeah.
Top Step said they lost. I don't know what the revenue is, but they said they lost 40% just on that gold move. That was directly from Michael Attack in the subtweet. Attack, whatever.
It doesn't really take a great trader to just buy and close your eyes, right?
No, you just had to. I mean, if we go back to January 20th, or even again after that January drop, you just had just these 2 weeks. You could have turned one micro gold contract into $20,000 because it moved up.
That's wild, dude.
Like 1,800.
But I don't think it's tough. You'll have to like log out of your account and just watch it without seeing the P&L, because when you're up like a couple $100, on one micro.
There's a reversal, by the way. If this 15-minute candle
flipping.
gets over previous day's low, not previous day's low, sorry, London low here, pre-market low, this is going to be wildly bullish.
Yeah, I agree with that, bro. If we wick here and close, as you said, back above London's low, I think we could be that reversal there that we were speaking about. Who was that guy that you were mentioning yesterday on stream? What was his name?
Market Sleuth, John Market Sleuth.
Yeah.
You said he follows you?
Yeah, he follows me on X, I saw, yeah.
Yeah, and he went on, Anthony Crudell?
Yeah, of course. I love Anthony.
He has a video on the FOMC flip with him on Ninja Trader's YouTube.
With Grudelli.
Yeah.
Sick. I'm going to go check that out, actually.
Can anyone, I think Webby was the one that linked it yesterday.
Yeah, we go, bro. It's picking up back above really 400, 24,400.
I'll DM you the video on.
Yeah, please. I'd love to check it out. I love watching Anthony Credelli stuff. He's actually one of the only traders that I actually watch like videos of,
Yeah. Okay, FOMC flip. I know you put that link in the chat last night, Webby. Trying to scroll up to it. Yesterday, 6:58. Wow. 420 messages in the free portion from just Globex IB last night. That's insane. Okay, I guess I'll just search it then. FOMC flip.
I agree, yeah. Probably. His podcast that he did used to have was great. I always used to listen to it. I also watched a few others where he goes on other podcasts as well. Great story as well.
Yeah, I'll just look it up on the stream. Anthony Crudell.
FOMC flip.
Market Sleuth.
Yeah,
there you
yes, go. Now as well. Yeah,
posted it. Here you go.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, if you can share that with me on Discord.
Yeah, I got you.
I appreciate that, bro.
Wow, we're over pre-market.
I was saying on my pre-market prep, I like the longs, bro. I don't want to get in front of this like freight train at the moment, but this is looking super bullish right now.
This is looking this is an IB low form for us. I do not think we're going to drop 110 points to go back and take that low.
No, especially how we're looking right now. Even ES is working quite aggressively.
There you go. I haven't watched. It's a 4-minute video. I haven't watched it yet, but I don't know if it would have won today with the way he trades it, if I recall correctly. I don't know. Maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong. Is it Anthony Crudell or Crudelli?
Crudelli, yeah.
I'm saying it wrong. Yeah, new IB high in both MES and MNQ.
Yeah.
Could even do a real risky 1 micro long and try to ride it all the way up to that outside day fill, 594. Yes, you can roll. You can go all the way down to a minute, I believe. So his question was, can you get stats on 5-minute IB and edgeful? I believe you can go. It's either 5 minute or
just change it. Yeah.
3 minute.
I think the lowest is 5, if I'm not mistaken.
You can go 1 minute. You can go all the way down to a minute.
Sorry. Yeah.
There you go. So you go to, with that IB, you go to customize over here on the left, candle time frame, and you can alter it from 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute.
Yeah.
It doesn't really change the stats on it because it's the first hour anyway. So it's either going to be 61-minute candles or 4 15-minute candles. Doesn't change at all.
Yeah. Apple and Microsoft getting green yet. Geez, Tesla, that's why we're having that massive sell of Tesla. Tesla dumped at the open, same as NVIDIA, and now we are wicking as well on them too. So
see how that inversion works. You would have gone long. Oh man, it would have stopped out just barely. 380 up to 383 though.
Look at YM, bro. YM's picking up some momentum here as well. Down from 144 back up to 300.
This is crazy bullish right now.
Yeah.
With that, the London low sweep, pre-market sweep.
Yeah,
this is looking really good.
exactly. Yeah.
This is the same reason I was long last night. I'm in the 1 minute. Same reason I was long last night in the IB, because we swept that low. I was in way in here, but we barely swept that low and then put in a doji candle. I went long instead of going short for the IB. And it worked very well. But this is a 140 point reversal from the low.
Yeah. How's this, dude? Jeez.
Finally, though, right? I mean, all week we've had.
It's been super grindy, yeah.
Yesterday, our IB range was 70 points until that last 15-minute candle was put in.
Here we go. We got the opening range set right now. I'll let you know. I'll share my screen, let you know if I take anything Zinc. But right now, I do like the longs, I must say.
Yeah, this is looking really nice. I don't know if I'm ballsy enough to take 1 micro.
Yeah.
And try to hold it just outright, because I don't know where I'll put the stop on that. But I really like upside now. Yeah, also go ahead.
No, I'm just saying we back in the 400s on NQ4. We dropped all the way back down to 330. We're back up at 430 right now. So.
It's been really good. Bitcoin's below 70,000 though. I get whacked. I think I talked about this yesterday with you and Andre, but I entered at 25% of the IB because I got a little antsy on it. Every time I do that, it always goes to 50%.
Oh, in drawdown, yeah.
So I got stopped out of the first entry because I had a 1-to-1 on it, and with that wick up to like at 11 o'clock, that stopped me out. But I re-entered and caught pretty much. I did catch the whole move back down, but just a great show of patience and why you need it so much. I even struggle waiting sometimes, but every time I don't wait, every time I lack patience, it always goes to 50%, even when it looks like it will not. We were probably 5 points off of breaking the IB low, and then it went to 50 and then came all the way back down. If we go all the way back up, I don't think we're coming down again. I don't think we're going to go up and retest previous day's low and then come down.
No, especially with that wick.
Also, if you take a zoom out in the 24-hour, look at where that bounce was, the low that we made on February 5th, when everyone thought the world was ending for the 50th time. Hopefully this is. I don't care if we break up or down. I just want out of this range. That's it. So preferably, we just break out to the upside or downside.
We actually just sitting on NQ also at that bottom of that range, almost at the daily 200 EMA.
Yeah, it made a slightly lower low today, which is good for anyone that likes downside. Andre's probably skipping around his room right now. Pip T said, I'm in one micro long to 50% of that ES gap fill. That would be, yeah, we do have really good odds for filling up to 50%. It's like 80% for Qs and 70% for SPY. What was that interesting FOMC stat you said yesterday? Something about reversing compared to yesterday's close. Based on the direction that we close on FOMC, you have an 80% chance of reversing that direction into the following open.
So if you close red, you're 80% chance that the next day is bullish. Yeah.
Yep. And it's not my strategy. I've used it for the past 2 years. I don't take trades off it, but I use it for a bias tool. I don't know if I thought it would continue overnight. I know we got some more news with that oil fire last night in Iran, so maybe that's why we dropped as much as we did. Iran. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it incorrectly. But I did. That's why I was long bias. And then 10 o'clock, I think we got news last night, and that's what continued this drop. But even if you're bullish into our open right now, this is looking really good for upside. unless we go and take new lows below pre-market low. I like that comment there, Sasso, from earlier. I know I already read it, but he said I can finally fix my gold bracelet now. Might be a little more affordable. This price action is trash. I actually prefer this a lot more than what we've been getting this week. Tuesday, we had a 120-point range for the IB, which is the smallest one I've seen probably to date. Monday or Tuesday, honestly, they were both pretty bad. Look at that pop.
Yeah, 456 now.
Really want to go long. I just don't.
My algo is just taking long.
Nice.
Yeah, it's in at 458.
I really want to go long. I just don't know where to put a stop. It's the difficulty. I think even 50 points would probably get slipped out. So it's a $100 risk. The gap fill that I was looking at this morning, James, was for 50% on Qs and SPY. And even if we were in that 1% gap down, it's got more than enough stats for it. 83% chance that 50% gets filled. And same for 0.7 to 0.99.
So I took a long on YM. 330 is my entry price. While you're talking,
very nice. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Wow.
I'm going to target London or Asia highs back at 600. So I've got stop low of there, bro. I'm not trying to be fancy with a tight stop here.
Yeah, you have the benefit of risking however much you want, though.
Exactly.
Lucky guy.
Yeah, I can risk $1,000 with a 10-point stop or 500-point stop. So, 330 on YM longs. That's the position I'm in right now.
50% of our gap fill is up to 592. So we definitely have, it's pretty much London 50, honestly. We have probably another $1 to go on Qs.
Yeah, NVDA now bouncing off those lows as well. There's Zinc.
This is insane. Tesla too.
Yeah, Tesla as well. Yep.
That opening inversion would have done well if it hadn't got swept out.
Wow,
I should have pulled the trigger. That stinks. I knew it was going to go up. I didn't have the gonads for it. Orbalgo's doing really well, huh?
Yeah, Orbalgo's already up 50 points on NQ. But it'd probably be a bigger TP today because of the size of the range.
Rolo, you got long from 24,420. Very nice. What would that level be on NQ? 24,530. So another 30 points above where we just were.
Yeah, I can even see. I know a lot of the guys don't trade this, but you can actually trade it with Traderfy. The DAX, German stock market index, it's up also.
It's pushing like crazy too.
Yeah, bouncing. It's up 200 points off the lows. It moves somebody to the NASDAQ, I think.
What was that?
The DAX.
NASDAQ.
The DAX, yeah. So German stock market index. You can trade it with Traderfy. So it's on the Eurex market.
When did you get back? I was looking at maybe trying those Traderfy crypto accounts. That looks kind of fun. 24,533 is 50% of that gap fill. Plus or minus 5 points. It depends on the slippage that we have on M and Q compared to Q's pre-market. TP hit on ES gap fill 505. Very nice, Pip T. I always say this. I know that I'm sure, James, you have the same review here, but I know that I'm affiliated with Edgeful, and we're obviously streaming on Edgeful TV right now. But
yeah,
without these stats, I would not have accomplished nearly as many payouts as I've had this year, or even last year.
It's been so. It's part of my pre-market prep every single day, looking at these stats, and especially I love the screener personally. But I agree with you, bro. It just makes it so much more simple.
Like if I hadn't,
it's easy. Sorry, Zinc. It's easy to speak about
Okay.
something when you actually love using it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah.
Absolutely. If I hadn't been streaming, like if I was just trading on my own, I'd still be using this the same way that I do on stream with you guys.
Exactly. Yeah.
Here comes that gap, the 50% gap filling queues. I'm such a bitch. Just take the long. Why do you use Qs for stats instead of NQ? NQ has some pretty nasty slippage from time to time. Especially earlier this week when the contracts were being rolled over, I got like 10 points of slippage that didn't happen.
Oh, wow. On options? Or?
Yeah, on MNQ.
Sure.
It was the stop out on Monday. I was in IB longs, and this candle, you can see it barely swept that IB low on MNQ. This went all the way down to like the equivalent of 598.70. See if I can actually draw it in from Monday. That was nasty. Where is that Monday IB? There we go. So go ahead and draw that in. It's the 9:30 open. I guess it wasn't that bad. I was over exaggerating. Did I take the trade on MES? I know one of them like teleported through that low. I don't remember. I'm a fraud. Anyway, I use it because there's slippage on NQ. Screener on edgeful for me is an Italian flag with white being dominant. It's only 26 minutes into open.
After the first hours when you want it. Yeah. At least.
It's going to be neutral for a while. We just about got 50% of that gap fill. PT for me was up to on MES, sorry. 24.533. So let's see what we got. We got to 24.521. It's a 100-point trade for you, Rolo. You'd probably be done for the day right there. I'd love a pullback before then so we can still have some upside bias. I think we're getting all the way up to previous day's low with that outside day bullish. So we have a 73% chance we have a reversal up to previous day's low, and the target is 594.56. Right here. So we very clearly have a bullish IB. We should have a continuation up to 594.56. So after stream, if I do take any trades when I'm not live, I'll use the IB for the stream trade. That one I hold until the IB breaks. It either takes my stop loss or it takes the TP. Yesterday, I didn't have any other trades. One, because it was FOMC, but two, that trade took, as I've been saying, literally 3 hours for me to get out of it. It was disgusting. Not quite 3 hours, but 10:45 to 1:15, close enough.
I mean, it was a good trade though, Zinc. I was watching it as you're taking, as it was, we're speaking on our chat as well. But it actually never broke the opening range low to the high side, not once.
No.
So it was such an easy hold. You got stop at
the
highs and you're just holding it.
Can you see where I pulled my hair out though?
For
this hour and a half that it was.
Yeah, it did nothing.
20 cents. I ate lunch. I took the dogs for a walk, and I got back, and it was still within the same range I left it in. It'd be one thing if it was within the entire IB, but no, it was within the same 30 cents that I left it in. And every time I checked my phone, it was at 640 cents.
Yeah, dude, it was
brutal.
But that's expected for FOMC days, right? That's why you're not expecting like massive moves until after the news, at least. That's when it dropped. I mean, NASDAQ after the news literally dropped like 300 points, you know, from 24,900 down to like 24,600.
Bobby said if we get a pullback to VWAP, I'd take a long, targeting overnight VWAP. See what James has to say about that.
Yeah, I mean, I like the longs. Just NQ's above the opening range high right now. Let me actually get my screen up so you can actually see. I think I'll put your screen back on now. But NQ is above the, and I obviously from our chat yesterday, Zinc, but I even mentioned on pre-market today that I liked everyone and their dog is short at these, like, oh, market's going down, let's sell. And then what do they love to do? Flush and false breakout and pump it higher. You know, so I really like the longs, but if you're looking from a technical aspect right now, we're above opening range high. We are above the New York session VWAP. So I definitely like, especially now on this pullback, a move to the high side, a back up towards like London highs, back at 650. But it's like markets are moving down. I'm not that flush at the open. I'm not surprised about, because they'll flush it and then like it's a false breakout for the shorts, and then they pump it back higher. I've seen it so many times.
Yeah, we're about to go take that 50% too. Go ahead.
I don't know if you know that guy on Twitter. He's actually a great follower, Adam Mancini. He trades this pattern, the false breakout pattern, basically.
Let me take a look.
Yeah, he's actually, I subscribe to his Substack. He's got some really good stuff there, bro.
It'd be embarrassing if I had him on my mute list. I don't think I do.
Adam Mancini is his name. Yeah.
Adam Mancini.
He only trades, yes. Yeah.
229,000 followers. Holy smokes. No, I'll take a look through that later.
Yeah, really. If you want like good, solid, like no BA, there you go. The algo just hit my TP, by the way. But if you want some like real solid, like proper thought process and professional like ideas and stuff like that, and plan, I love his stuff.
Also, we just hit TP on the 50% gap fill. The algo knows.
I'm already up like 50 points on this wine trade, or it's wicking back down to 30. But we'll see. I'm going to see if I can try and hold it for a bit, because we V-bottoming on it too. So,
what's the criteria for my mute list? If you are trading on a 50K prop account and you post 10K profit on the day,
yeah,
because that's not trading. Acceptable profit to see on social media, I think, is like 1,000, 1,200 maybe. Anything over that, you're going long with 5 minis on a 50K account. T said, which algo does James use?
Which I use the orb algo on NQ and the DAX. Yeah.
NQ in the gym and.
Yes, sir.
It's up to what you want to do with. I'm not trying to recommend what you do on social media, but like what James does, just follows people and then uses his follow page. I like looking at the For You page.
Yeah.
But if you go on the For You page and you have a good profit day, you're always going to see someone that had more profit than you.
Yeah. Or you go there after red day and all you see is green, dude. You're like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Or you go and you just see people complaining.
Yep.
This prop firm didn't pay me out, but I was hedging between 7 different accounts.
Yes, that's what I was talking about this morning.
Yeah,
it's just getting better because he's seeing how deep of a hole he can dig for himself, but he has the CEO with all the screenshots, and
yeah, that is pretty funny, dude.
Sorry about that, Freedom Trader. At least you still have them all. Look at you, Freedom Trader. You gotta at least laugh at that consistency. His consistency says negative 12,000% on Lucid because he just took a payout and he lost his profit from yesterday.
Yeah, I've got a 10K payout coming next week, I think.
FTMO,
bro.
Very nice.
Yes, sir. And I got another account past yesterday. I actually took the short as well after stream too. So, yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Very nice work. I haven't had a payout yet this week. I think that's okay.
Yeah,
I've been in a little bit of a dry
you
spell.
can buy like 200K accounts with them, Zinc, but I've actually just bought 100Ks because you can split up the payout dates. So like one week you have a payout on the one account, and then the next account maybe you can push a little bit more on it. Maybe trade a little bit more.
They have 25K accounts.
No, 100Ks, 100K accounts
That's
with
their smallest
10K.
one.
The smallest one's I think 10K, but 100K accounts you get 10K static drawdown.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't have any trading strategy or size that
just
even touch that.
I closed on that little bit of a pop. I was up about 40 points. I'm just going to see what else develops throughout the day. Nice. So I closed on why I'm on that. I got 40 points out of it. It's super volatile, but nothing really major. But I want to see what develops the rest of the day before I just marry this long,
Mikey said, having a great day. What reports do you concentrate on? Took 2 minis off 383. Have to stop for the 40% rule. I concentrate on the gap fill. So the odds that we have a gap fill, I like all these stats you see bookmarked. These are the only ones that I use. So I know Andre obviously is familiar with everything as a CEO, but he has everything bookmarked over here. These are the only ones that I use for our actual trading. So I use inside bars. Obviously today we did not open within previous day's range. So I go and flip to outside days. We have a 73% chance of reversing back up. Gap fill by size, we have a 50-50 chance. So that one's not really giving us anything. For 50% of the gap fill, we had an 80% chance, which we already took. We just hit.
Yeah.
And then the IB and all the IB stats.
Yeah, keep it simple. Use like 3 or 4.
Yep.
Someone said, Kevin saying FTMO getting a lot of bad press lately. Yeah, I mean, I've never had any issues with them. I've been trading with them for about 4 years now. Every single time I take a payout, it's in my account within 24 hours. So most of the time, as we've recently found out, Zinc, it's guys that are like risking 10 grand, their full stop loss with a 20-point stop on the NASDAQ,
Yep.
And then they're getting shunned as gamblers, that is gambling. I mean, if you're risking 10 grand with a 20-point stop, your whole balance on one trade, that's not trading.
I'll show you guys this again. For anyone that says bad press, this is what you see. You don't see the post from the CEO because very few CEOs will do this.
Yeah.
This is the post you see. So saying
that
I got banned.
And then you don't get any backstory to it until.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So just terrible experience. Don't use them. I guess I'm guilty of this with Apex too, but I have a valid reason for it. They're a fraud. They suck. This is talking about the number one prop firm in the space right now, by the way. 51 likes, 91,000 views. So that's no one is buying this essentially, or everyone unliked it once AJ responded. This is terrible. I think Danny Chung, however you say it, is the one that's getting FTMO the bad press. But this is what you see. And then you get the actual reasoning behind it. But the only downside is
in person.
Nice.
Yeah, he's actually a cool guy.
Yeah, we do have 2 data points at 10. Obviously, they didn't really yield anything. I'm waiting for a retracement to the IB, and then we can get in. You don't ever. I highly doubt the FTMO CEO is going to come out and do something like this, or really any CEO. I think we have 2 CEOs in the space. Apex being one of them, but that's Apex as a company, and then AJ, and then Brett Simba, and that's it. Yeah. So most firms, they just let that go. Top Step, they'll ban you. They don't really care what you post online about them. AJ went and showed all the evidence and then followed it up with, for anyone that doubts it, we've been running this system for 6 months, 0.015% of our 100,000 users. So 15 people a day break that rule over the past 6 months. in this in the subtweet he also answered the 15 people per day could also be managed by one person, very similar to what Turbo Trades did, which all these black names, all these black labels are redacted names. So at the very least on this list, he was trading on 6 different accounts under one. So he had them linked to a copy trader, and he was probably trading 35 different accounts under like one trade copia, Replicanto, trade copier.
Yeah, bro. As I said, I've never had any issues with them. You've also never had any issues with Lucid. Guys who actually play the game and he had to actually trade and not make it a gambling fest. There's no issues, bro. You know?
No. But if you also see, if you go on social media, and this is why I mute so many people, if you just see them post a link to a $500 course with only $10,000 profit days and you see nothing else, you don't see any red days, you don't see any discrepancy outside that, it's either 10,000 profit, I just took 25,000 from Top Step, or a link to something that benefits them. 10,000 profit is not, and you should be able to agree with this, James. You would have to be either knocked out cold while you enter a short for FOMC, or you're trading 15 minis for the entire day.
I agree with that. I've always, personally, for me, on these, so how these accounts works, and because I know you're trading the futures, and I've traded with Top One futures before. I took a $7,000 payout with them, but then with such small drawdown, I blew the accounts afterwards, and I just never got any more. I've just always traded CFDs because I trade my personal cash in CFDs.
Yep.
But how these accounts work for me, so you get a 100K account once you pass the 2 phases and the evals. Now it's funded. You can make $1,000. Be like, listen, I'm not going to trade until my payout day. Take that 80% of the $1,000 and then get a brand new account with $10,000 of drawdown again. Make another $1,000, lock it up for another 2 weeks. So you don't need to carry on trading. I've always made my profits is not by gunslinging and risking the whole balance on one trade. It's been like, okay, cool, make $300 there, $400 there. All of a sudden, I'm up $4,000. Cool, I'm happy with that. I'll take the payout and go again. You know?
Yeah.
That's just me, though. I'm not saying, it works for everyone, but that's just what's worked for me.
I do that occasionally too. My funded future is a great example of it. I've really struggled with maintaining the accounts. I have taken 5,700, but I think I've spent more than that on these accounts. I did just post like 3 days ago. You do next.
Yeah, Mark. That's also the thing. Yeah, we so restrict. Like, I can't trade with Lucid because I'm in South Africa.
Yeah, kind of.
Top One futures is great as well for South Africans, Mark.
So this is my 2026 so far. I've taken 90,700 in payouts, and I've spent about 17,000.
Brilliant.
So this isn't like a live account where you either make 90,000 or you blow the account. That is technically a ROI game.
Yeah.
On that same note, if you guys remember seeing all that Lanto and Brian Stonks and Rocket Scooter, them getting called out. On the same note, you can scale it up as much as you want, but I'm not spending $300,000 to get 600,000 in payouts.
Sure.
Which obviously it's still worth. I mean, he made 300,000, but that is to think about how many accounts you have to blow to get to that point of spending 300,000.
Dude, I think personally for me, and that's probably where my weak point has been, because I trade my own cash accounts too. But I think the most I've ever spent in a month on prop firms is like $3,000, bro. Maybe $3,500.
Yeah, I've definitely sized up recently. I think I'm maybe at like 5,000.
Okay.
But yeah,
but like,
I mean,
I know some guys that are spending like 10, 20 grand in a month on prop firm accounts. That's crazy to me, bro. But I mean, I guess it's an ROI game, fair enough. But yeah.
Not even that. He, like Brian Stock, that example they had from Apex, he blew $107,000 in the course of like 2 weeks.
That's crazy, dude.
And that's on Take Profit Trader and the Apex 300K accounts, which are like Steve, do you know how much they are? I think they're like 800 piece to fund them anyway. Also, yeah, they're way too much. Getting a getting a little pullback here. So we might be able to go long. And we are rejecting off London 50, so I'll keep that in mind. We have 15 minutes left for the IB, though. Thursdays are the worst day for the IB. I know we've had a pretty rough week with the IB as is, but for the IB by rejection on a Thursday is the worst day to trade it.
I'm glad I took my profits at that overnight view app on YM. It's coming back down quite hard right now.
ES got all the way up to, oh, it did. Yeah, ES hit the outside days. No, that's the 415 one. It needs to go up to previous day's lows at 661.23, Steve. Yeah. The one you want to look at is 1545. Sorry, I'll catch up on some of these questions. Zinc, did you pass the first eval you've ever taken? No. No, I did not.
No.
Funny enough, it is, I don't know if it's an actual thing or not. I have almost every firm that I've traded with, I have gotten a payout on almost the first set of accounts that I've had. Like my funded futures, the very first accounts I had, I got a payout on those. Apex, I qualified for a payout on those and then threw it down the drain and then made it back with the next 20. But I think the struggle a lot of people have is once you get to a payout and you inevitably blow the account, you want to rush it back to where you can get another payout. And that's how you start churning all the money that you made. That's why prop firms make so much. They don't mind giving you a payout because they know that that's going to drive you into an addiction of trying to get to that payout again. But no, I think I've probably, if you wanted to add it up over all firms, I've probably blown, and I'm not even going to say that I do copy trade in sets of 5. So if you wanted to give me the benefit of the doubt there, each set is technically 5 accounts, but it's one blown set copy trading on 5 accounts. I've probably blown 400 evals, 300 to 400 over the past.
So divide by 5, yeah.
Yeah, like 40 sets of accounts. And that's over the past like 5 years, 6 years.
Yeah, I mean it's not actually that bad especially if you're taking nice payouts. I still like the longs here, Zinc, at this price level on
too. Yeah, this is a nice little pullback.
Yeah.
London 50 is the only thing I'm a little sketchy about right now. And then if you go and look at Tesla, it looks awfully weak.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, and then Nvidia is bouncing pretty hard. It's above opening range high at the moment. See, Rivian was up 10% pre-market. It's pulled back now as well.
Pipti is a very special case. He started trading in December last year, November, December, and he's already about to take like his 3rd payout or 4th one with Lucid. He's a very special case. Not everyone's going to do that though.
But Zinc, I think like when we started trading, what year did you start trading, brother?
2019.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, I started 2018, and there wasn't really many good
there was no learning.
Yeah,
no learning.
I was doing it by myself, basically, bro. And we always, through anything I could find, there was really nothing. I think there's a lot better material now out there for newer traders to actually help them make money.
Let's see if you remember these names. This is who we learned from when we started. We had Zach Morris.
Yes.
Starboy.
I don't know that one.
You remember he would post at like 2:00 in the afternoon, long SPX here. He's the one that he turned $1,000 into $1 million over COVID.
Oh, wow.
And then, well, not quite $1 million. He got to 970,000 and lost it all going for $1 million. He was going for another 30,000. He lost all 900,000.
That's crazy. I personally know someone. He's not he has Twitter, but he's not. It doesn't really. He's not really. He's not sharing his trading mainly. He's been trading for like 25 years. He's a bit of a cowboy, but he took $30,000 out of his Access bond mortgage and he turned it into $5 million in COVID.
Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah, that will do. Yeah, yeah.
That'll do.
Mark, are you still using Top One? I'm mainly focused on FTMO right now. I do have 1 or 2 Top One accounts, but still mainly focused on my own cash accounts and FTMO. But I do have Top One accounts. I'm just not trading them as frequently.
ES is the better entry right now. I'm probably going to go in with either 2 micros on M&Q, or I'll do 2, maybe 3 on MES. We still have 10 minutes, another 7 minutes before we can get our front run entry. Remember the first thing I said on the stream today, though, covering yesterday's IB, we need to be patient. Need to be patient. Just when you think it won't pull back to 50%, it will. Watch. Tesla is very weak right now. Looks like it wants to go all the way back to low a day, which I think is dragging.
There was a news channel on Twitter here, Zinc. The Pentagon seeking $200 billion for the Iran war.
That money's not even real.
Jeez. Yeah. Disclose TV. It's quite a popular news site. That's crazy, dude.
Well, I've had a question with how many taxes does Starboy pay? So this is why he's no longer around. He might still be on X. Let's see. It was STX boy. No, he's not on there. It doesn't look like. Since he lost all the money, also trading on the same. He had a wash sale, so he made 900,000. He lost 900,000, but it was a wash. He still owed taxes on the 900,000.
Really?
Yeah. So that's why he's no longer around. He's no longer present in the space.
Why would he owe? What? How does that work?
Because of the wash sale rule in the U.S.
Oh, in the U.S. That's so interesting.
If you make 30,000,
yeah,
on a ticker, and then you trade that same ticker within 30 days,
yep,
you lose the 30,000. You still owe taxes on 30,000 because it counts as a wash sale.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
And he did it with 900,000 on SPX.
Yeah, that will do some damage. Jeez.
Feeling lucky that you guys exist in this really rough market cycle, and edgeful gives you an opportunity to survive through this. If you can get through this, same thing we said yesterday. If you can get through this, you're going to be a great trader when we're not doing this choppiness.
Yeah, go back to after those Trump tariffs last year in April. Look how it just rallied off there. Much easier price action.
Yeah. I know it sounds pretty sad, but at most, I think we have until October this year. At
You're
the
right.
very, very most, I think we have until October before we... He didn't make it on futures. He made it on SPX options run. That's why he got so screwed.
And we're coming back down now in ES and in Q.
Yeah, I do want to go long from here. I am a little skeptical because of NVDA and Tesla. They look not good. NVIDIA doesn't look too bad. Tesla looks really not good, though. Really bad. 7 minutes. We could take... I'll try one. 110-point stop. SPY does look a little dangerous. Still above that opening range as well. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Just one micro though, just one MNQ, and then the sell limit. So I'm long at 24,436, TP 24,545, stop loss 24,324. Just one micro, one MNQ.
NQ, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that. It's sitting at New York session VWAP at the moment, which is sitting at. You can use the VWAP suite with edgeful, right? Sitting at it at the moment. 10 points off it.
Pretty good entry on. Yeah, it's not bad. Long at IB50. 24,434. TP I have on that? 24,545. Stop loss 24,3. I don't even remember what low day is. 24,324. Just one micro.
Zinc, you've traded with Top One Futures, yeah?
Yeah, I used to be an affiliate with them, and I ended up getting banned from their Discord.
That's wild.
So I will not be trading with them anymore. I didn't mind them, though. They were actually the second firm I got a payout from.
Oh, sick. Were you trading your own cash accounts before you got into like the prop firm game, yeah?
I was trading options, yeah.
Yeah, but your own, there's obviously no options prop firms that I know.
Yep. That was my own money. I made from early 2022 to last year. I made my first 100,000.
Sick, dude. Nice.
Really nice bounce there. Holy.
Yeah, there we go. That first 100K is the biggest one. And then you realize you can actually do this shit, bro, and it's actually real. I think it's very tough until you actually see it do it for yourself, you know?
Yeah. Dear Maximus said, I'm actually worried that I will be too cautious in the market where I actually don't need like 5 different confluences. It's, believe it or not, the more, maybe it should be the same case for you too, James. The more you trade, the more comfortable you are with really doing anything. I know it sounds weird, but yesterday, for example, that FOMC flip, obviously we didn't really use it today, but that's something random that I recalled from 2 years ago. The experience that you have in the market, as long as you show up every day, that experience will do more for you than any strategy will.
It's like the old saying goes, right? Only the game can teach you the game.
Yep.
So, yeah.
So if you're just present every day and you're actively watching the market, you're learning day to day.
Agreed. Where's your stop on this thing?
Low day.
Low day.
24,
okay, nice.
324. Like so I'm risking about 220 on this trade.
Yeah. 24, 324, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, nice. That makes sense.
So my goal with Lucid, obviously I don't have the accounts yet, but I am going to trade this way, the same way I've been trading. And then once I get to about, I'm going to aim for a 9 to 10,000 balance. Once I get to that, I'm going to start sizing up with 5 micros, maybe all the way up to 1 mini on the IB. Let's see, 2 minutes left. SPY looks a little rough, a little worse for wear. Qs, these are our stats right now. We have a 72% chance the high gets broken. If we see SPY take the low first, then I'm going to exit there. And that should be, if it does go and take the low, that will give us probably like maybe a 40-point stop, so $80. Unless Q just starts nuking down, but and as always, yeah, you took it right at high day.
Yeah, I took it right at high day, but right at so I was in at 330. I got out at 372, so like 40 points in that, and now it's literally Wimes just made a new low of day. So I'm glad that
yeah, it's looking a little worse for where I did have a nice bounce to start.
Look where we also bounced off those things. Sorry, let me just show my screen here. Literally off that daily VWAP. So that the 2 pins before that, that's why I closed on that third one back at the daily VWAP. So I use 2 VWAPs, the daily VWAP and the daily VWAP and the New York session VWAP. So I liked it because we were above the New York, but as soon as we pin that twice and then the third time it comes up there, I just yanked it, and now look at that, literally right back down.
Death. Those look a little rough. I'd rather not get out of it early, but I might take a little break-even exit coming up here. Dad is saying that we should go up, but it also has been a really, really bad week.
Yeah.
SPY is not looking good. SPY is very close to that IB low.
NQ, I was just watching as well. We're sitting at the midpoint of previous week's highs and lows. If you also look at that opening week range report, which I like to use, it's one of the reports I like to use with edgeful. we've taken both sides, bro, on NQ. Highs and lows. Just confirm that your side there, Zinc.
Yeah, that happens about 20% of the time, right?
Yeah, about 20% of the time, correct. Yeah. But just confirm your side that you got the same. It has taken highs, took the highs on Wednesday pre-market and then it's taken the lows right now. Yeah.
I think the highs only for New York session.
Yeah, for New York, for only for New York session. Yeah, not.
Yeah, so
not,
we've only broken the downside.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah,
it was over the highs on Wednesday.
let's change that to, sorry, New York session. Yeah, it's no, it's taken for the daily as well. I got it taking for the daily too.
Huh.
Yeah, I got the daily on and New York. Yeah, it took out both. Yeah, if I can just show you, Zinc.
Okay,
So this is with the daily. Took the daily highs there, and now it's taken the daily lows down there. And if you just change the settings to the New York session, there it's taken the highs there and down here as well.
Gotcha. QQQ new low.
Yeah.
Not a new low in the IB yet. I think I might, as much as I don't really want to get out early, I'm going to. So I'm out for -20, -22 with fees. You're really not a fan of what SPY is looking at. So I got out pretty much at break even.
Yeah, it's I could still see these longs though setting up. I think if we hold the lows here.
Yeah, I don't usually get out early. I did the same thing last night and it saved me. I just don't. If you look at SPY, I don't like. And obviously, as I say, that's right back at 50%. But SPY does not look good at all right now. And this would honestly cap off the week for the IB not really working too well. Does trend matter? If market's bearish, does it matter when you long? Yes, it does. Trend absolutely matters. 80% of the time you're trending in one direction, you'll continue to trend in that direction. What's the bias for today? Honestly, I mean,
we've just had the IB set.
Yeah, so the IB is bullish, but I think the overnight, I'm going to feel like a fool for getting out early now. The IB is bearish, but the overnight move is definitely, the IB is bullish, but the overnight move is definitely bearish. SPY kind of faked me out there a little bit. Did London 50 rejection not mean anything today? That's what I was looking for. It definitely does mean something, yeah. Wow, I'm silly.
Raphael's was James, the daily we have to put in on the previous day or the same day. So it's from the changeover of days. So 6 p.m. Eastern time. It's anchored to there. Yeah.
Look at that mounts back up.
Yeah.
Silly. No, Zinc. What are you doing? Man. Well, at least it's only $20. Yeah, that's fair. I deserve that sad horn.
On this bounce, you could probably find a better entry with a better stop loss, like underneath that low at 408 now. You know.
I know. Why'd you quit? Just trust the data. SPY is the reason I did. SPY looked not good. Not so good. That's human error. Yeah. This would be $100 trade so far. Zinc. It's definitely going to go and take the IB high now. This looks a lot better than it did, but SPY didn't. SPY is the reason I closed it, and I feel rather silly for doing it. Why did I close out for a loss and think it was a good idea to go short? Sorry about that, Rolo. I'm guilty. I'd say this all the time too. No, we'll still get a trade. If it comes back down, I might try it. Or, better yet, we could still take it on SPY because pretty much at 50%. Probably better off not taking anything, though. I feel like an idiot right now. Zinc. SPY almost at 50%. That's what I was just saying. We could definitely take it there. Part of the reason I did as well, I closed it there, is because of the midpoint stat. This is just me coping, guys. I'm sorry. I missed the trade. Not really missed it. I had the trade, but I just fumbled it. But the opening above or below the midpoint, wherever that stat might be, where is it? If I can find it.
NVIDIA is bouncing hard as well. New half day on NVIDIA.
Yeah, freaking everything's bouncing. I should have trusted it. What am I doing?
Well, you only took that on those Lucid accounts, yeah? Well, I'm sorry, the
my funded accounts, yeah.
Wow,
oh,
dude,
no.
Goodness.
Yeah, that got me. I sacrificed my long so you guys could profit. There you go.
That's a 90-point bar. That's on the 5. So
damn it. Look at SPY too. That just said F you. Hard. Hindsight's a bitch, man. What's the stats on Zinc bailing early and TP hitting? This is the first time I've done this. First time. And will be the only time.
The edgeful screener should be set up right now.
Why did you do this?
Mainly leaning short though.
I hate SPY. Why do I use it? Trading is a sight game. It messes with you a lot. Yeah, I feel like a moron now. This is from my entry was right at 50%. So was it 436? So yeah, this is 100 points now. $212 is what that just peaked at. IB is goated. Zinc Holdings position is not.
We always hard on ourselves, bro, when we have a top one.
Zinc is having PTSD.
If that continues to slide, you're gonna be picky.
Yeah.
You know, like if that continues to slide, you're gonna be like, oh, good exit, you know?
Yeah, hindsight stinks. I do have a little PTSD from earlier this week. I definitely do. You'll get a re-entry soon. No, I won't. This thing's gonna go right to 50. Should have trusted it. Gold's also looking phenomenal for IB high to get taken. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the reason I just got out right there. Start new. This is 75% of the way to the IB low. I know it's not something that I should be looking at, but for above or below the midpoint, I have been using it or seeing it in chat a lot more, and it seems to be validating those IB breakouts for Globex anyway. But this is just a fumble on my part. It's been a rough week. Got it all back. I'm going to bed. Heading to Bali tomorrow. See you, Rolo. Anyone in chat happen to hold the longs? Can I live vicariously through you? Hang on a minute. Could get an entry still. That would probably be the worst thing I could do today. I've never used volume profile now. Got 80 points. Got out around 75%. Nice. At least a lot of people won. That's good. You're a better trader than I. It's bad, James. I'm itching to go long on SPY now.
Yeah, off this level.
Nasty rejection at that London 50. Almost there. I might try it. Definitely don't want to go in with that many. I'll do it with one.
Hitting that daily view up again as well.
The upside or downside?
Rejecting off of it to the downside.
Okay. Risk $100. You know, hey, what?
I don't hate the long still. I mean,
you convinced me. We're going in. All right, long at 50 on one MES. I'm risking 110 on this.
Yeah.
So we're either going down 130 on the day, or we're recovering what I should have profited on that on the other trade. Like a bonehead.
Zinc, I'll join you for moral support. I'm in pretty small. I'm not going to give back profits from the first trade, so I'm in long as well. The ES, I'm in at 635.50.
You make me feel better. Come on in, water's fine. What session have you found the most probability with the IB? New York. New York's definitely the best one. Should have made 220 today. I would have been up 200 there, but human emotions, man. It's a bitch of a thing. If this hits, I can still make my IB remains goated post. It will just be a little less flashy, a little less sexy. QQQ would have been chef's kiss for a post. Nice long, James.
Yeah, 635.50. Geez, that's
this is my trade if it wins. This is James' trade if it loses. Just so everyone knows.
Yeah.
Just remember, James called that a losing trade for you, not Zinc.
That's funny, dude.
Every time I do this, Rather comes in the chat and he says that I remind him of Billy Madison or Forrest Gump. Not Forrest Gump. What am I saying? Not Billy Madison or Happy Gilmore when he's begging on the outside of the door. And he's like, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Let me in, please." James is going to turn James from Pokemon. Huh? I backtested Globex plus Asia with 2 hours IB. It works really well. You guys can. This is what I use. James uses VWAP and the orb, and I'm sure a lot of other things.
And like opening candle continuation and a screener. Basically.
You are only, and you can customize all this stuff on the IB as well. You can go higher than a 5-minute time frame, but the only way you are going to be a good trader is if you digest and learn the market yourself. So you can come in here and learn from us, which is what PipT's been doing. But PipT takes Tokyo IB, which I don't do, and he's had a lot of success on that. Same with Euro USD. Learn what works best with your brain and how that works with the market. So you're not going to learn, like, our strategies work for us because that's how our brain works. Your strategy is going to work for you in a different way. Made 300 from the IB longs. Very nice journey to profits. VWAP is so powerful. Look at the last 5-minute rejection on VWAP. I don't have it on there. James, you can pull up your screen if you want to.
Yeah, I can get it up there. There we go. So there's the ES trade that we're in at the moment. 35.50 was my entry price.
Nice.
I still like it.
If I were still in NQ, I definitely would have secured, maybe not all the way up that high, but I definitely would have secured with that miss of TP by like 2 points. 540. 24,540. I most likely would have gotten the secure at like 24,533, 34, maybe 10 points below the high, but $200 profit. At the very least, the stop would be at break even. Is there a systematic way to use edgeful, or is it just based on how you trade and what you're looking for? There's definitely a systematic way you can go and use it. I go through, so you can use the bookmark tabs. I go through these stats every single morning, minus the bottom two, the opening range indicator and the opening week range. Those ones are consistent for the rest of the week after Tuesday. Gap fill by size, I always use that, inside or outside days, and then the IB by rejection, I use that every day. But again, you're going to want to use it and learn it for yourself. You're not going to want to come and mimic exactly what we do. You can do exactly what we do, but add your own little twist in it.
Yeah.
No problem, Rolo. Could definitely move the TP higher too. I think if we break the IB high, it's going to push up a lot more than just that IB high. And I'm thinking like maybe not previous day's low, but 50% of that gap fill again, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, so we're still in. Yeah, I still like it. Zinc. Let's give it some time. What's your from longer like where would you look to take profits? Half day or no?
Yeah, right at that IB high is where I'm going to exit. That's where my sell limit is. 6655. And then M and Q might give me a re-entry. A beautiful thing. Could try another one on M and Q. It's 20 points over the IB 50. Would that be too much of a risk? Contemplating it. Thought about it too much. It's up 20 points.
There we go.
I wouldn't mind getting back in M and Q.
Yeah, Dow's also bouncing off opening range low. YM.
Nice. It's way a little too far over the.
Yeah.
IB 50 on M and Q. Whatever. I'll do 1-to-1. I'll risk it. So that is 70 points on the dot. I don't like having the stop not IB low. We'll do negative RR on this one. Risky as that is. This will, from the way it looks right now, this will probably continue after we get off stream. So TP for me is 6655, and then TP on M and Q is 24,545. Only in with one micro on both. I think it's a little tricky of a bias today because of the overnight trend being down, but IB being bullish, which seems to have been the case all week. Well, my music is on today. Push by Macrobox 20 and then Hinder, Lips of an Angel. Beautiful. What kind of music do you listen to, James?
Rap, bro. A lot of rap.
Rap?
Future, Lil Baby.
Where's
Juice
KP
WRLD.
when you need him? I'm going to tag him.
That's what I listen to, bro. Juice WRLD, Future, Lil Baby, Migos, that type of stuff.
He's going to love that when he wakes up. He works night shift, but he always gives me shit for listening to country, listening to 90s and 2000s alternative rock.
There we go. Picking up a little bit here, Zinc.
That's what I expected too. I thought you were going to say EDM.
No, yeah. Oh, did you expect that from me?
I did.
Really? Yeah, no, not
dubstep only. I remember listening to like Skrillex for a week in high school. I remember that. It is picking up pretty good now. I'm up 48. $48.
Yeah, it's looking good, bro. What's NVDA doing as well?
If you were to trade only one IB, what would it be? New York or Globex? Also, what's your win rate on the IB and New York sessions? Win rate, I think I've gotten the IB for New York up to about, obviously barring this week, I've gotten up to about 82%. And that is with using mainly avoiding losses. So earlier this week on MNQ, pull it up on here, I avoided a loss on Tuesday because of that previous day's high draw. Same thing with Monday. I did end up taking a loss on Monday, but then I used that lesson directly into Tuesday and didn't take a loss there.
Next, NVIDIA is pushing here a little bit, Zinc.
Yes, go. Oops, that's not MGC. Just reject off 24.5 again. That's going to be a little issue for us to get through. And then right back down. Look at that. This one will probably be another freaking 3 hours of my day. The worst part is that I can't really not be sat down for these trades because the stop loss remains open. So I can't go and if I want to go to like the doctor's or the dentist or just out of the house.
Yeah.
Yes, if the TB hits, it's nice, but then the stop loss order stays in, or vice versa. It may not seem too bad, but for a day like FOMC yesterday, you're getting filled on both of those 100%. And now all of a sudden you're down $900 on one micro.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. NVIDIA now pushing back up towards half day, so that's looking good.
Get it up there. Push. Peaked at 128. I'd like it to close before stream. No, you unfortunately, when you're copy trading on Trade of 8, I get told this all the time, and you cannot do it. OCO orders you cannot do if you're copy trading on Trade of 8. You can't do bracket orders. You can't do if you have a copy trader, yes, you can, but on Trade of 8, which is the only copy trader I'm going to use, you cannot use OCO or ATM orders. If you're using one account, you can, and it will automatically close the opposing side. But if you're using copy trading on or group trade on Trade of 8, you cannot copy trade. You need to try Tradecopia? No, not after all the horror stories I've seen this week. And I know we just talked about this earlier. It may just be a one-sided thing on social media, but regardless, if that trade copier does fail, which could happen, I am at fault. It's not the prop firm. If I'm using the group trader on Trade of 8, the prop firm is liable, not me.
Yeah, because it's on Trade of 8 itself. Yeah.
Prop firms allow you to use third-party websites for copy trading, but they do not support any faulty measures in those third-party websites. You take it on TradingView when it copy trades. It's a me thing. It's not. I'm not dissing trade copiers. If you want to use them, great. I just, for a risk assessment, I do not want to use a trade copier and have it fail on me because there's no recovery.
That's where I would say CFDs is really, really good. I've been using a copier on my personal accounts across prop firms as well for like 4 years, 3.5 years. I've never had any issues, bro, personally.
Yeah, the Tradecopia ones, Replicanto had a really big outage last week. They'll leave the order open. Trade C has also had a few issues, but it's still in beta. But they'll leave orders in on like 9 out of however many accounts you're trading like 20, 25. This is all stuff I've seen on social media, but Leo in here also, he's had issues with the trade copy. He used Replicanto, and he got very screwed on 3 of his accounts. 2 of them are fine. 3 of them got slashed. There's a question for you from Bobby.
Yeah. James, so do you feel that sloping overnight VWAP isn't a potential band sound for longs? Yeah, you definitely have to look at the slope of the VWAP. I like doing it. So it definitely could be a little bit more of a tricky one, but I am looking at I'm looking at NVIDIA. NVIDIA is pushing for a new half day. I'm long ES right now. The sloping, if we get above this daily VWAP, which is, call it like 650 on ES, I think we move back up to London highs, which is at 675. So it definitely needs to break through this level though. But I am seeing NVIDIA breaking now for a new high or pushing for a new high. So I like it where we're sitting at the moment. The shorts, I can't see the shorts right now.
6631. We already swept 6631 on ES. This one, I already know this is going to be either a stop at or another freaking 3 hours.
Yeah.
Know it.
It's just super choppy, dude. It's not really doing much at the moment.
No. It's teasing us is what it's doing.
Yeah.
What am I listening to now? Red Hot Chili Peppers. Nice. Use Heron Copier on my personal Forex accounts, and they're good.
Yeah, I've had mine. I use Traders Connect, and it's been so good for me. So I've just always used it. And you can put loss limits in place there if some thing have to hit the fan, So
yeah, I always if I'm trading at night and I'm not able to sit down, I only have my stop order in, which I know seems kind of silly because my TP may hit while I'm not at the desk. But at the very least, if there's news, you're not going to get stopped out and then have it immediately wick down to hit your limit buy or limit sell order.
Sure.
Wherever that might be. You're convincing me on CFDs.
Yeah, we're still putting here New York. We're above New York session VWAP on NQ as well. And as I said, NVIDIA is now breaking 178.15. Half down, it's 178.46.
It's going to hit. I don't want to take a trade or don't want to hold the trade after the IB is broken. But for today, I will say I think if we break this high, the IB high, I think we're going all the way up to that previous day's gap fill.
Yeah.
On NQ. I think this one's going to have a lot of bullish movement today.
Yeah, I use Traders Connect too, no issues. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I've used them for 3 or 4 years now. It's been great.
Maverick said I'm short on NQ and ES. I hope we win first, Maverick. I'm sorry. I apologize. It's rude. What's going on, Brian? How you doing? There we go. Get back over 658 and hold it this time, please.
Yeah. NQ feels like it wants to just start popping here, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, rip. Yeah.
ES is definitely a little weaker, but NQ does look very good.
Yeah, NQ feels like it's going to pop here in the next 30 minutes, 20 minutes. Even on this 15-minute bar, looks pretty bullish. We've got a minute till it close.
Keep going, baby. 30 points off TP on MNQ and 10 points off TP on ES. And just as suspected, this will end the stream prior to us hitting full TP, unless we get One day I just wish Trump would tweet something without me having my TP set.
Yeah.
So
Remember that day, like went 10% in one day.
Yeah, 13% back in April last year.
Yeah.
Zinc, do people treat you differently now that you're a successful trader, or relationships with peers are the same? No one, my family knows that I trade, but not very many people that I interact with in person know that I trade. For the longest time, I used to, when people asked me what I did, I used to tell them I did accounting because they never ask further questions.
Accounting, yeah. That's
like, wow, you got an exciting job, huh? I apologize if there's any accountants in here. I didn't mean to say your job's boring, but it is. I tell people I trade now, but I don't go into too much depth with it.
Yeah.
I say I trade the stock market, and they're like, oh, wow. But the reason I stopped telling most people is because they always ask to give me money.
So many questions. Yeah.
I don't know if it's the same for you, but your accounts
yes.
are problems.
I actually also used to say accounting. Then the one day I said that, and this one guy that I've never met before was like, dude, I've seen you on Instagram, you trade.
Yeah. I mean, so many people ask me to manage money for them. It's ridiculous. It's always, if I give you $1,000, can you flip it to 2,000?
Yeah, how much can you make? That's the typical question, bro. If I give you $1,000, can you turn it into 10 grand? Yeah, but you probably will lose $1,000 before I do that.
Wouldn't it be best to just say finance? Yeah, you could do that too, but accounting doesn't have many follow-up questions. Finance people will ask you like, oh, what?
They're like, cool, you're in finance. What type of finance? Private equity. Yeah.
You say accounting, and they're like, oh, you must be.
They know what it is. Yeah. Yeah, I think we can wrap up here in the next couple.
Yep. So I will be in this trade for the next 3 hours today. I'll probably exit it at about 1:30 if I had to guess. If the market does what it did yesterday. But thank you guys for tuning into the stream today. I will be live with My Funded TV tomorrow. If anyone is interested. You be live anywhere, James? Discord?
I'm going to I'm going to be live on my YouTube later on and X. I'll recap this trade possibly. Yeah.
Well, very good. Very good. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you. James will see you tomorrow with Andre, and I will see you next Tuesday.
Yes, sir. Cheers, guys.